Welcome to the Looney Bin. Have a seat, have a seat. We're here to get into some things, some tea. Might mess around and eat, cook together, get it together. What's tea? Dirty Harry segment, mental health series. A word from Jenny Allure. Word. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, we are going to eat some seafood tonight. We got crab, we got eggs, we got shrimp, and we got some small gold potatoes. We got our butter sauce right here. If you see me cut and go heat this up, I don't like when my butter sauce gets cold at all. But welcome to the Looney Bin, man. This is the Mukbang. We're going to do a story time tonight. I'm going to talk about the time that I took a trip to the Psych ward, okay? So now I can look back at it and laugh, but we're going to get into this before my food gets cold. We got some lemon right here. I forgot to get real lemon, but we got some lemon juice right there. We're going to be drinking some ginger ale, okay? So I got my cup of ice. We got some ASMR going on here. Okay. I got my bucket below where I'm going to put my shells. I love my boiled eggs with my sauce. It's really good. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. I'm going to say some grace, and then we're going to get into it. All right. Amen. All right, so we're going to get into it. I love crab. I have an addiction to crab. I swear I do. I think I do. Something about crab, it just do it for me. It just does it for me. Like, it really does. Now, my butter sauce right here. Hold on. Let me. Y'all see that? My butter sauce. I'm gonna have to. I think I did a video showing y'all the recipe. I think I did. But it's so good. Now, I'm not sure how I really want to do this. This mukbang, I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and just get into the talk, to the story time, or if I want to eat first and then get into it. Now, I clean my crab thoroughly so that I can get all my meat. Okay. I made this sauce, some spicy. I love onion. Now, this is not going to be all cute and shit. I eat. Okay. When I eat, I eat. I ain't going to play with it. I be going on these channels. And these people be scared of their food. Like, eating all prissy and stuff. I told y'all before, that ain't me. That ain't me. I ain't never gonna be. Okay. Let's get into this egg. I don't know if y'all can see that. That butter sauce. I love onion. Like, it's funny. When I was younger, I did not like onion at all. Like, my mom put onions in everything, and I hated it. But now, if ain't no onion in my food, I might not even eat it. For real. Yeah. Now, these shrimp are real tiny. That shit was loud as hell on my headphones. Somebody will putt road past and scared the fuck out of me just now. So don't mind me. Okay, we might as well just get right into it. The sauce is spicy. I made it real spicy this time. All right, so My trip to the psych ward. Highly not recommended. It's very fucking ghetto. Now, when I went into the hospital the first time, they let me out. I wasn't in a psych ward. I was just in a regular hospital. And they let me out. But the people, they ain't want me out for real. I don't know how they let me slip through the crack, but they let me out. And when they let me out, I went to go get my gun. Because somebody had my gun. And I wanted my gun. It's mine. So I went to go get it. And when I did, I guess it was thought that I was still mad and I was going to do something to somebody with it. So, which at the time, I wasn't in my right state of mind. So I might have. And this person who I'm not going to name, but this person who had my gun, when I went to go get it, they called the police on me. And when the police came, they asked me, did I want to go to the psych ward? Like, did I want to go? They didn't say to the psych ward. They said, do I want to go to the hospital? Do I want to go back to the hospital? And I told them no. I told them I just want my gun so I can go home. Then they ran my name and they found out the prior events that happened while I was in the hospital in the first place. So then it wasn't an option anymore. It wasn't an option anymore. They took me. Now, this time when they took me to the hospital, they put me in the psych ward. They transported me in the middle of the night in this dark-ass van. I really thought they was about to traffic me for real. But these men came and got me. And they took me to the psych ward. Now, when I got there, I was refusing care. I was snapping the fuck out. I was not happy to be in there. I was like, I don't belong in here. I said, I'm not loony. I said, I'm not crazy, but I don't like to use that word anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm not crazy. You know, I'm not loony. And lo and behold, I was. After a little while being in there, I was in there for 8 days. And after a little while being in there, I realized that, hey, this was probably the best thing to happen to me because I probably would have hurt myself or somebody else. Because I already tried. So while I was in there, I finally accepted care. And I allowed them to actually do their jobs and try to help me. The first 2 days, I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't come out to go into groups. I did not. I didn't want to be in there. And I came to realize when I went up to see the judge that the more I refuse my treatment, the longer I'm going to be in there. So I got my act together. I let the doctors talk to me. I told them a little bit about myself and what happened leading up to that moment. And my doctor, she was really nice. I felt so bad when I was about to leave because I was so horrible to her when I first got there. And she was just trying to help me But I didn't see it like that. I seen it as these people took me and locked me the fuck up in here because they told me I could leave when I get ready. When I got in there, that was not the case. That wasn't the case. I wasn't allowed to leave until they deemed me no longer a harm to myself or anybody else. That could have been weeks, which it was a week and a day, but that could have been a number of weeks. That could have been months, and it could have been years because there was people in there that was in there for years. Their family literally just threw them away. And when I went in there, I noticed a lot of things. I realized so much. There's one fucking phone, and you can use it pretty much anytime throughout the day. And what hurt me the most is that I realized that I didn't have as many friends that I thought I had. I didn't, because even family, and this is not a dig at you guys. I love you guys or whatever. Everybody goes through their own shit. But I had certain family members who wouldn't even answer the phone for me. Or the person that I had contacting my family for me on the outside. I had people who said they was gonna, come up there and see me, and they didn't. But shout out to my hairstylist and my friend, French. She was the only person to come up there and visit me. And she sat with me and she held my hand and she cried with me. And that's a fucking friend, period. We don't talk every day. We don't see each other every day. But I know if I'm in need, that's one person that I can call. Now, back to the care. I recommend anybody who has homicidal thoughts or have thoughts of unaliving themselves. I recommend you spend some days in there. You will realize how truly blessed you are. You will realize how truly blessed you are. I don't care if you feel like you don't have family. You feel like you don't have friends, but you have freedom. Okay? You have freedom. I have been to 3 of the worst places to be where you don't have no freedom. Basic training, jail, and the psych ward. When I was in there was a woman who told me that one of the staff, one of the security guards, raped her while she was sleeping. Now, for one, I was absolutely terrified to be in there after that. I didn't want no male staff coming near my room. The doors don't lock at all. And then when I got a roommate, I was so happy because I felt like if something, there will be a witness. When whatever happened to that woman happened to her, she didn't have any witnesses around, so they didn't believe her. And she's still in there. Like, I think they feel like she was telling a lie. But at the same time, I don't put it past that because those people in there are helpless. Those people are very helpless in there. So if somebody wanted to do something to one of them and get away with it, that's where you go, to the psych ward. Because they think you're nutty anyway, which some of them was. Some of them belonged in there. Some of them was doing too much. But I was in there with murderers, addicts, all type of people. I'm not even gonna name the rest, but y'all can tell the type of people that was in there. There was people in there that deserved to be in there. And the more I spent in there, the more time I realized I was not meant to be in there. I was just having a hard time in life. I didn't know how to cope. I didn't have any um healthy coping mechanisms. Okay. So being in there taught me that whatever I go through on the outside, honey, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It could always be worse. You cannot have the small things that you have that you feel like you're not blessed to have them. Just being able to go outside when you feel like it is a blessing. Just not having to take medication every day to feel okay is a blessing. Not battling your own mind every day is a blessing. And people take that for granted. And it's crazy because let me tell you something. I took it for granted. I took a lot for granted. I really did. I didn't ever look at it as this could never be me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never think, like, oh my God, like, I'm going to be going through it so bad that I'm going to have to go to a psych ward. And I had this notion in my mind that in order to be in a psych ward, you have to be like batshit. Like, you have to have had killed somebody, and you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like, you have to be, but no. There are people that go in there. There was a man in there, and he went in there simply because he didn't have anywhere to go. And he knew in there he was getting 3 meals a day, a hot shower, and a bed. That's exactly, yeah. So, and he was about to get out because he couldn't stay there no more. And he was upset about that because he's like, if I go out in these streets, I'm going to end up in jail because I don't have nothing. I told him there's places that are hiring. I don't know what type of skills you have, but you need to get you a job. And you need to get your life together. Like, I didn't say it in those words and that blunt, but basically that's what I told him, because sitting in a psych ward is not going to help you either. It's not going to help you at all. And then when you do get out, you're going to feel like that's where you're supposed to be. You're going to get so accustomed to being in there that you're going to feel like that's where you're supposed to be. And really, unless you murdered, raped, or molested somebody, I don't feel like anybody's supposed to be in there. Like, you could go in there for help, because it definitely helped me, because I got all the contacts that I needed for the outside and everything like that. I got some diagnoses that I did not know I had. And it just helped me understand myself better. But once you get your care, it's time to go. Like, I wasn't about to get comfortable in there. I knew I had a life on the outside. I knew that I had things about me that I wanted to change and I wanted to get help for, but it never crossed my mind to that, oh, this is where I'm meant to be. Hell no. Nobody's meant to be in there. Except if you fall in the categories that I just said. But nobody's meant to be in there. That place, I hate to say it, but it's unsafe because, like I said, people could do anything to you in there and no one would know. Especially if you don't have family that even care to come see you or whatever case may be. Like, they'll do anything to you in there. Like, there's bad people in every place. I don't care what anybody says. There's people who take advantage, like, no, they definitely will take it. So I'm very blessed to be not in there anymore. I'm very blessed that I was able to get out of that situation and I was able to live and lead a healthy life. Like, I'm very blessed to be able to have done that. And I just look back on that time and I think to myself, like, hey, to myself, that night, I really tried to unalive myself. Like, I didn't say that shit for clicks. I didn't say that shit for views. I didn't say that shit for streams. I didn't say that shit for anything. I really just got on Facebook and I told everybody what I tried to do to myself. And I didn't want sympathy or anything. I just want everybody to know that I'm not okay. Like, when I was not okay, I wanted everybody to know that I'm not okay, because the people that was in my life that was right next to me and I didn't have to post in order to communicate with them, I felt like they didn't care. So being able to connect with the people that care about me and love me, my fan base, the Looney Tunes, and tell them, hey, I'm not okay. That was the only way I knew how. That was the only way I knew how. And like I said, I didn't want anybody's sympathy or anything like that. I'm pretty sure some people thought I was joking when I said it. Or they thought I was saying that just to get some type of, like, I don't know. But that was not the case whatsoever. I was actually hurting. And I just wanted somebody to hear me. And I know doing something so drastic as what I did is not the way. But you guys, I was in pain. I was in physical, emotional, and mental pain. And I was tired of it. And dying felt like it was the right thing to do at the time. Like, it felt like it would be, it felt like that would be the right thing to do. So that's what I did. I attempted to end my life. And I mean, Do I regret it? No, because I'm still here. It obviously was not my time to go. And I realized that. And I know my purpose now. And before that, no, I did not think I had a purpose. I thought I was just alive to be alive because my mom had sex. That's what it felt like. And I also felt like everything that I've been through, I felt like, why me? Like, I really did. I wasn't thinking how I think now. How I think now when I go through a hardship is it could always be worse. Pretty much. It could always be worse. And that's what keeps me going. Knowing that somebody out there has it worse. So who am I to sit there and complain? I've been through a lot. And I'm strong. I'm a lot stronger than I ever thought I was. And that gives me peace. Knowing that my story helps to inspire, it helps to let others know it's okay not to be okay. Letting others know that somebody out there understands. Like, just because somebody has it worse doesn't mean that you don't have it bad. Now, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's hardships or how they feel towards them. No. What I'm saying is you have to see the green side of everything. You got to see the brighter side of everything, or you will be miserable. You will live miserable. You will be miserable. And in turn of you being miserable, everybody around you is going to be miserable. And nobody wants to be around that. And then you're going to be lonely and miserable. And that's even worse. So I say everything to say, if you feel the need to get some help, but you fear what people will think, you fear finding out things about yourself that you didn't know, I'd say it can only get better. It can only get better. Now, I'm not going to say go as drastically as to check yourself into the psych ward, unless you feel like you're going to harm yourself or somebody. But I will say that you can reach out to a mental health care professional and you could get some type of resources, because it's going to make your life better, not worse. It's very cool and in style to be sane and to be to have mental health. It is very much cool and in style to have mental health, to have good mental health, especially you parents. If you're out here raising babies, but you don't feel like you're there mentally, like you could be better, it ain't nothing to just go talk to somebody. Go talk to somebody. You know, I seen a post and it said that basically people are using mental health. Hold on. It said that people are using mental health as an excuse. An excuse to do what? I don't fucking know. But that's what the post said. And it said back in the day, we didn't have that. We didn't have all that. This, that, and the third. Well, wake the fuck up. It's 2022 going into 2023. Now there are names for things. Now there are resources. Now there's people who under fucking stand. That trauma and that, oh, suck it up. It's just be a man or be a woman. Suck it up. That is gone. That's over with. People are going to talk about their feelings. People are going to talk about their emotions. People are going to talk about what's going on in their head, because when you don't do that and you sweep it under the rug, not only are you hurting you, but you're hurting your future children. You're hurting your future spouse. You're hurting your family members. You're hurting everybody around you that loves you. That's why they call it a generational traumas and generational curses. That's why they call it that, because it keeps going. When you don't address something, it's going to keep going. You can sit up there and be the strongest person you want to be and see where that gets you. We're all strong. We're all capable of being strong. But guess what? Even the strongest person gets tired. Even the strongest person has a day where they feel like they cannot fucking go on. Okay? So what we're not going to do is make anybody feel like what they're going through is not valid. The nerve. It really be the nerve of some people. Because God forbid, the depression demon, God forbid that should attack you in your fucking sleep. And you wake up in the morning and you don't even know why the fuck you're crying. But you are. And you feel hopeless. And you feel worthless and have no purpose. And don't know why. You was just fine. God forbid the demon of anxiety attack you while you're cooking dinner for your fucking family. And all of a sudden, you start shaking. And you can't even use a fucking knife because you shake so much. God forbid that is your reality. God forbid you are battling your mind every fucking day. Every day, you have thoughts in your mind that you don't even know. You know them not to be true, but the thoughts won't stop. And the demon of OCD has attacked you. God forbid. The person that posted that, it really floored me, because I follow this person and I don't follow people who say things like that. I don't. I never want that type of ignorance in my presence. I don't want it on my timeline. I don't want it on my feed. I don't want it anywhere. Okay? I know old school people, like I said, they didn't have the resources. They didn't talk about stuff like that. They didn't talk about things like that. They just would be like, oh, you're sad today. That's all that is. You're sad today. You'll be okay tomorrow. You'll be okay tomorrow. But when somebody's soul is tired, when somebody's soul is tired, okay, that's a different type of, oh, I'm just not feeling it today. That's not that, because this I'm not feeling it today can turn into I'm not feeling it this week. I'm not feeling it this month. Before you know it, I'm not feeling it this year. And you just never feeling it. You just never feeling it. You don't know why. You don't know what's going on. You just not feeling it. You don't have any energy, or not even energy, but you don't have any motivation. You don't feel the need to even try to be better than you were yesterday. And then the people around you will say, well, why didn't you talk to me? Why didn't you tell me what was going on? Why didn't you? We tried. We tried to tell you what was going on. But you guys laugh at us. You guys ridicule us. You guys make a joke out of every fucking thing, which I make a joke out of everything. I laugh my way through my troubles. That's just how I do. But when somebody comes to you and they're trying to be serious and they're actually opening up to you, and you make a joke about it, or you say, oh, it's not that bad. Nobody wants to fucking hear that shit when they're going through something. That's the worst thing you could say to somebody, is it's not that bad. Somebody else somewhere got it worse. When somebody's actively going through something and they come to you and they tell you about it, that's not what you say. You can at least say, hey, you know, let's work together. Let's see if we can get some resources. Let's see if we could talk to somebody that is a professional, licensed therapist, because they may be able to help you better than I can. I don't know what it is with people where they feel like they got to sit up and talk about somebody as if they have no problems and nothing in their life has ever gone wrong. They ain't been through shit. And maybe you have not been through shit, but that does not give you the right of way to look down on anybody. That does not tell you, oh, I don't have mental health issues, so I'm better than that person. No, you're a piece of shit. That's what you are. Because at the end of the day, whether somebody has mental health issues, behavioral issues, whatever the case may be, they are still a human. They still deserve to be loved and cared for and respected. Period. If you're one of those type of people who feel that way, who feel you're better than somebody that may have mental or behavioral health problems, then you are a piece of shit. Because you're no better. You go through things too. You just sweep your traumas under the rug. Or you have traumas, right? And you take it out on that fucking child you have. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or you take it out on your spouse. You ever meet somebody who feel like they can see every problem in everybody else's life? I mean, they have to talk about it. They got to tell everybody's issue. But they can't look in the mirror and pick apart their own life. They can't do it. They can't face the music for nothing. To them, they have no problems. Y'all are pieces of shit. Like, that's what it is. You're a piece of shit at the end of the day. Why? Because that person that you're sitting up gossiping and talking about, at least that person had the balls to even pick apart their own lives and tell you, or tell whoever told you what was up. But you, Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, don't have no issues. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a person that just talks about people, they have nothing going on in their own lives. or what they do have in their own life is so fucking bad that they would hate for somebody to know. They would hate for somebody to find out and they'd be the topic of discussion. That's just something to think about, okay? Because I stay away from people like that, okay? Everybody gossips. Don't get me wrong. Everybody fucking gossips. I don't care what nobody says. You can sit there and say, "Oh, I don't gossip about anybody. I have too much going on to care about what everybody else is doing." I have too much going on too. I have a lot going on, okay? A lot. Okay? But at the end of the day, you need to be able to call up your own shit. If you are going to sit up there and talk about somebody, you need to be able to call out your own shit. That's one reason why I respected Wendy Williams, and I still respect her. That's one thing that she will do. She sits up there and talks about everybody, but when shit hit the fan with her marriage and everything like that, she had a whole segment on it and told everybody what was going on. That's a person that could talk shit. She deserved her seat on television, and I hope that she gets well, and I hope that she gets her podcast, because I miss Wendy. Okay? But like I said, the people that talk the most shit about everybody, they cannot lay their shit out in front of everybody, though. They will never lay their shit out. They'll never talk about how they got cheated on. They'll never talk about how they was the one that was doing the cheating. They'll never talk about how, they'll drag somebody's name for filth. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody does it for them, they won't even say nothing. No spine, no balls. Have to whisper and talk shit about people behind the shadows. But when they're confronted about it, I ain't say nothing. What are you talking about? I didn't say any of that. What do you mean, huh? Beware of those type of people. Because, honey, I don't have time. But I am finished with my meal. And I did want to talk to you guys a little bit longer. But I'm going to make this short and sweet because I have to edit it. Okay? I did not shoot this live. And I truly enjoy this. I truly enjoy making content for you guys. And it definitely gives me some type of mental peace. If you're having a hard time in life, reach out to somebody. It doesn't have to be a mental health professional. It does not have to be. But I suggest that because you have less of this in the streets. You have less of judgment. You have less of motherfuckers giving you advice to literally hurt yourself even more. Like they're not giving you any advice that you can use in life. Okay, so reach out. If you're feeling like you want to unalive yourself, call 988, dial 988, and or freaking message me on any social platform. Okay, and I will sit there and I will talk with you, and I will pray with you, and we whatever.
Creeping up like damn, want some pay, creeping up like damn, want some pay, creeping up like damn, want some pay, creeping up like damn, want some pay.